Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Crossbeats production.
What's going on? You're here with Nate28 and this is Crossbeats production. So I want to show you guys this crazy plugin. It's made by Kilohearts and it's called Multipass. I've set it up to show you guys kind of what it can do, and I wanted to show you an initial patch just that I created in this and show you how simple it is to create your own patches, and also show you like some of the presets and stuff like that as well. I'll just run you through a brief overview of this plugin because I really cannot do it justice in one video. It'd just be too hard to explain every single function and feature that it has. But I'll give you the best overview I can to go through it. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review and overview. So basically, Multipass is an effects plugin that uses, I guess you'd expect the same kind of things out of synths. So it uses LFOs, envelopes, pitch, modulation, anything you can think of that it's an effect that Kilohearts makes. You can actually use them into this plugin. So basically, I'll just play this piano section that I've got and I'll show you kind of what I've made in this track. As an original sound, this is the cool thing about it. You can just make your own effects. You can run any audio you want through it, like a vocal. You could put a piano like I've got here, a synth, whatever you feel like, drums, whatever it is. You can put it through it and you'll get some kind of crazy effect, or you'll get some modulated effect, or whatever you want. So let's go through the initial stages of the plugin. So first off, it's got a pre-section here. I'll play the demo in just a second. So it's got a pre-section here, the pre-FX section, which you can put whatever you want. I'll just show you the kind of effects you got. So you got a selection of this list here. So if you just look at that, that shows you all of the stuff you can use. And that's pretty much available on all of these sections here. This is a multi-band filtering function here. So it's got altogether, if you isolate individually the bands, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bands. You can unsolo them or solo them or disable if you need. I usually, I'm not actually going to set a rule because I'll just tell you how I do it. So I've got the 3 set up here. So basically I could have my 3 bands here like this, one effect in this way. The way that the filter obviously affects shows you the line of the filter as well. So you can enable or disable whatever you feel like. So let's just go with the fact that we've got these filters here like this to keep it somewhat even in the filtering. So I've got 3 bands of filtering here. The first one up the top, this one I could disable or enable, whatever I want to do. But I've got these 2 soloed. So let's play this piano. Alright, cool. So I'll just show you kind of how I created it. Let's go to an initial patch. I'll just quickly remember what I did before I exit out of that. So I've got first here a ladder filter, I've got distortion, and then the Haas effect. So let me just initialize the patch, and let's try and create it from scratch if we can. Let's initialize that. So let me show you exactly what it looks like. It looks like this when you first open it if you haven't got a preset. So you've got all of these presets to mess around with. There's so many in there. Just open up all the folders and you can mess around with any sound you want. I'll let you guys do that because I don't want to take up too much time in this video. But that is the presets. You've got so many to choose. Anyway, if you want to make your own patch, basically you've got 2 LFOs, 2 envelopes, and 1 pitch section there. And you can obviously control it by MIDI as well. I'm not going to do that in this video. And you've got the game of Snake. I don't know if you guys remember that, but hey, if you want to play Snake, go for it. Anyway, so I don't know why they added that. That's just a comical thing, but anyway, that is that. So we've got the phase, we've got phase dial here. You've got the sync, how you can have the LFO going. So basically you can unsync it to have it free. You can change the frequency of how fast it goes. You might want to do this if you want to have something completely uneven to the synchronize, you know, the mix. So for example, your BPM is 130, which this track is, you could sync it to 130 and have it go that way. You can change the way that the actual LFO goes. So just obviously saw, sine, square wave and all that kind of stuff there. So obviously it just controls the way the LFO goes up and down. Let's just go with the standard one for now. And you can change the depth as well. So obviously that creates the height of the actual LFO right there. Okay, so for the first filter, I'm just going to click on this, a left click on that, And basically we'll go for the Haas effect there, which basically Haas is dividing delay, so it creates a delay in one of the signals, the left or the right, whichever you want to delay. And because you're delaying it, the Haas effect works from 0 milliseconds to 30 milliseconds. And in that effect, it creates a width in the track. So if I do that, I'll just go for whatever sounds good. So let's play it. Alright, cool. So that's a little bit wider than original, so let's bypass. Alright, cool. So I'll just turn down the dial there a bit. Alright, so we're at -3. Okay, so that's cool. We've got the Haas effect going on first. The next thing I'll do here is just isolate some of these filters. So actually, I'll just turn that back on. Whoa, calm down, diddly. Okay. Alright, so we've got that filter there. We'll put that in the center, and this is not exactly how I had it before, but hey, whatever. Actually, I might do it the way I had it, because otherwise it's not going to be what I want. So that's not it. There we go. Alright, so turn that one off. We'll move this one to here. So there we go. We've got the filtering there. We've got 1, 2, and 3. So first off, I put some distortion on this one. So the distortion's right there. You can set this however you want. I'm just showing you what I did. Alright, so it brings some of the low end frequencies a little bit further up in the spectrum because I'm driving some distortion through it. You can change any of these distortions. I'll let that up to you. The next thing I'll show you to your attention is this little thing that looks like kind of like a lock or two chain things together. If you click on that, it shows you all of these little orange things along the bottom of each of these. So the macros are basically something you can set up later. I'll go over that maybe in another video, but basically it shows you these little orange things. So say for example, I wanted the bias of this distortion to be affected by this LFO1. I could just get this little dial here and drag it, and you can change the percentage. So you could go, say for example, 32%. Or you could go all the way to 100% and it goes crazy. Let's just go with, say for example, we'll go 40% just for the sake of it. Now let's listen to that. So it's creating a bit of a wobble in the effect because it's messing with the bias. You can do anything with the spread as well. You can put the spread connected to that LFO, whatever you want. That's the crazy thing. It just starts to become some kind of a beast on its own. So that's distortion. We've set bias, so we've got that going on. So let's go with the next filter here. And I can't even remember what I had on there. I think it was the Formant filter. No, it wasn't. But that's another crazy one. I'll show you in another video. Let's go with this one. That'll do. A bit more distortion. How about we don't? That's too much. Alright, so we'll go with the comb filter just for the sake of it, and I can put this on whatever I want. So let's just say I wanted this to control some of this frequency here. Alright, so that made it sound like an old tape kind of thing that's going on, like the old records, like slightly out of alignment, a little bit of warp or whatever in the record. So like I said, you can do whatever you want on this plugin. I'm just setting it up just to show you the kind of stuff that you've got. So I mean, you guys need to check this out. Try it on something you've got on your own mix and create something completely original. That's all I could say as far as using this. There's just endless stuff that you can do. You can set, like with this thing here, you could set all of these to be affected by the LFO as well. The ADSR, so the attack, decay, sustain, release, that's basically the way that the envelope is affected. So you could have the attack to be quite low if you don't want to have a straight attack, or if you want to have a lot of attack, you can set it. You can set that on whatever you want. It's your thing to do. So yeah, without further ado, I think I'll just let you guys go on this first video, and I just want to show you a quick overview of this plugin, how it works, and some initial stages of how to set up patches and stuff like that. Again, like I said, if you wanted to initiate any other patches, you've got all of these presets to mix with in your own stuff there, you know, to your heart's content in that regard. And yeah, so I'll leave the link in the description below for this plugin, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. hit a like if you like this video and subscribe to the channel, and make comments about kind of stuff you want to see on this channel as well, because I'd like to hear back from you guys. It really does help me to create content for you and keep pushing forward with this channel. So I'll catch you on the next one. You're here with Nate to Wait, like I said, and as per usual, peace out.